Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And turn this here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see. What do the tea leaves have to say tonight? And I hope you all are doing well. We have had so much rain here. It is kind of remarkable, actually. Okay. We have some really interesting formations. Okay. All right, so let's get started. And I just want to look at this one really quick. Okay. All right, let's look at the card first. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. This is from the Thoth deck. This is the card related to luxury. This is a card, obviously, of abundance of of nectars. We see that the cups are filled with the waters of the beautiful lotus. It is pouring out and spilling over. This is all about emotional strength. I think, and this is very timely. We are on the evening of Mother's Day in the United States. I don't know if the days vary from country to country, but I imagine. This is kind of a very motherly, protective, kind of protective instincts, feminine maturity, and kind of this feeling of a desire for or the actualization of a stable family. Okay, so this is a very it's a very kind of whole and abundant feeling energy, definitely. And I want to see. I want to look at the tea leaves and then kind of see how this relates. I feel that. Well, I want to start. They're all so interesting. This one looks like it looks like a scorpion a bit. It also looks like it maybe has a head right here, a human head with the long hair. So this kind of looks like half human, half scorpion. Now, of course, I wonder, does this have to do with a Scorpio? But I don't know that it's that direct, right? This might be more of the attributes of the scorpion. And I think, we have a tendency to think of a scorpion maybe as not unlike the Black Widow or some kind of poisonous spider, something that is predatory, that is, toxic, that, kind of takes advantage of and discards. But I would argue that something like the scorpion is a symbol to really be admired. This is a being that can withstand completely intolerable environments, very harsh, hot, arid, And actually, you know, they excel in these circumstances. So this is a person that really can make it through some of those really tough, deserty kind of, I think often of the desert at night, especially when, you know, these little guys and gals are out because the sun has gone down and all of the creatures kind of come out, and it's cooler and there's better hunting, and so I think of the desert at night as this very kind of cosmic and spiritual landscape where hidden things expose themselves, right? They have free reign. This is where we go when we are ready to travel those borderlands. There is an aspect of a almost like it's not a reenactment maybe, but kind of the role playing or the honoring of the death process. Kind of like this idea of a self-burial, the ritual, the ceremony of such, going into a place that is hazardous to most life, right? To shed unnecessary parts of self, these outer skins that we wear and we carry with us, these personas, coping mechanisms that we have constructed so that we may survive our life, especially when there are traumatic things happening, difficult things, when we, you know, are exposed to elements of life that are not easy, not simple. And so at some point in your life when these parts of ourself that we have constructed to keep ourselves safe, they become problematic. Okay, when you have created an environment for yourself where you don't have to be on 10 all the time, you don't have to be feeling super ramped up or, you know, overly like kind of hyper vigilant or, you know, just always in this mode of protecting yourself from everything. These are what come to mind anyways. And there are plenty other coping mechanisms, but the point is we go into the desert, and this is metaphorical, but, it can also, I mean, it could be literal. There are people that definitely seek out desert places. There are plenty of retreats and communities, intentional communities, where people go to kind of experience these rites of passage. But as far as what we're talking about here, it feels more like a kind of a stage of life that you've come to where you are preparing or have going through this place where you no longer have to be the scorpion. You no longer have to live in this this harsh environment beneath the sun, only coming out on the night side. And maybe you enjoy it. Maybe you love this place. But I do think that there is this feeling of cycling out of this particular piece of life. Okay. And I think, and I really believe that because I see the hair and it's kind of, it looks like it's flowing in the wind. And that to me makes me believe that you are in a position of movement. Okay, so I think that in some ways this, exterior shell, exoskeleton is kind of falling away. Okay, and you're getting into, and the other reason I really do think that there is this kind of cycle happening is we have this beautiful symbol right towards the middle, very circular, it looks like different stages of life. Okay, so let's see what else. And now on this side, it looks like we have a person who is kind of pointing this way, but definitely, again, in this kind of movement. Now upright, okay, and gazing towards this sky, looking up here into this kind of metaphysical, spiritual, God zone, universe, the cosmos. And really in awe. Okay, so I have this strong sense of rising, kind of a holy, holistic togetherness. Really starting to feel like there is a ripening of life. Okay, that your life you've worked hard to kind of transcend some of the more difficult things that you've been through. You have confronted some of the aspects of self that have been difficult and problematic at some points, have not served you well. And I believe that you have met them with great empathy. Okay, you have been good to yourself. You've tried to be understanding. I think that there has been a shift out of these kinds of deep shame that go along with some of the old behaviors. And there's really a feeling of being full, together, strong, and really fertile. And now I don't necessarily mean physically fertile for bearing children or, having the seed, depending on what you have going on. But fertile in the sense that you are in a very creative and productive phase of your life. Okay, I feel that you really, more than ever, have a confidence and the will to really honor and listen to yourself. Go with your intuition. Go with the flow of creativity, of that kind of serpent energy that is rising out of you, and allowing yourself to go to places and prepare in ways so that you may really cultivate and execute the things that need to be said, put down on paper or recorded, creating maybe a business, whatever it is. Whatever is inspirational or you are aspiring to, these things are really coming together for you. And I feel that you're really kind of in that zone. Now I look over here, excuse me, and I see a person kind of riding some kind of animal. It almost looks like a kangaroo. But it could be just, I don't know, some kind of animal that you would ride, maybe a horse or llama, or I would say a horse because of the way it looks like it's reared up. This almost looks like kind of trying to ride the beast, right? And above it, I see it almost looks like a crucifix, okay? And I kind of have an image of holding a banner, but I don't think that this is a religious relationship necessarily. I see this more as kind of waving the banner of your people, your tribe. I think that you are a person that is very protective of your dear ones. You're very careful to kind of maintain the world that you have built. Okay, you are really good at managing the chaos that it is to kind of be at the head of your family. To have to kind of navigate all of the personalities, the behaviors, the situations, ordeals, all this kind of stuff. People come to you to kind of lead often, I think. I think in this position, you feel confident, but I think also you feel very grateful. And I think that this is where there's kind of that spring of abundance that comes through, because you do remain in this very kind of humbled, grateful. You're good at the things that you do. You take care. You are somebody who is good at looking at the details, figuring things out, making plans, getting it done. And you're also really good at communicating and knowing when not to communicate. And so I think that being in this position of really being able to take everything in and also realize that this is a very blessed life. It might be a lot of work. It might be, agonizing and annoying and overwhelming at times. It still is a very blessed place. And I think that makes all of this all the more sweet for you. Okay. And I'm going to get a drink here. My mouth is a little dry. Okay. Now this is interesting. I see it looks like somebody may be wearing a dress or a robe. Their hair is blowing in the wind. I see another person wearing a dress or a robe. Their hair is also blowing. I see some kind of animal here. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like a large bird. And I see here, it looks like some kind of crib. So I'm not saying anybody is pregnant. So I'm never going to be on here saying for sure that, okay, you're going to be pregnant soon. Somebody's going to be pregnant soon. But I do wonder if there is kind of the energy of a new baby within your orbit. Okay, I kind of feel like this very collective maternal energy coming together. This might be your own child. This could be like a grandchild or somebody that you really care about maybe is having a child or has had a child recently. I think that this is really going to be, and this is often is the case, right? New and happy energies coming into everybody's life who is involved, okay? This is a reason to come together. This is a reason to, kind of pool your resources and offer your time and love and advice and, all of the things that come with a new baby coming into the family or coming into your close life, right? So I feel like this is also very much a wonderful blessing, and I feel that you are excited about this. Of course, we all can be scared, maybe a little bit weary just because it's, you know, there are a lot of unknowns, especially if there's still a pregnancy happening. But it seems like this really is a situation where I almost like envision a group of, you know, of women, elders kind of circling the mother, the baby, and really in this protective, lovely stance, okay? And I think this is something that is really going to be your focus for the next while. If, you know, this is you with a child, then definitely, of course, this is very much your focus. I hope that, you know, I mean, I don't, I feel like a congratulations, but, you know, this, again, could be a grandchild or somebody close to you. It is spring, and so this is kind of that time of year. Of course, babies are born all the time, but that time of year when, you know, we're all in that kind of mode of welcoming new children and, you know, just kind of excited to see all the babies and yeah, so I'm trying to stay away from it. I don't want to get into that baby fever, but it's hard not to. We see them all over the place. All right. Now I kind of just want to turn this a little bit and see what we have. Now, this one too. This one was interesting to me because it looks like a goddess figure, like a, let me see if I can get this right there. So it looks like a goddess figure with the arms raised. And right below it, we kind of have a little bird. We have another bird next to it. And I just feel like there is this really kind of moving. I get this, like, in my head, I'm getting this feeling of this movement through kind of that middle cycle of the goddess, which the three main cycles, of course, there are more nuanced archetypes, but we have the maiden or virgin, and then we have the mother goddess, right, of bearing age, and then we have kind of the older crone, which is still not old necessarily, but this is kind of when you move into a position of counsel, of deep wisdom, truly earned and forged wisdom, and a place where a lot of the archetypes are kind of more of the fringe. You know, we get like the Baba Yagas or different kinds of witch, old lady, hag kind of archetypes. And these are often the women who have a lot of knowledge about the reproductive mysteries, the mysteries of the body, of medicine, plant medicine, you know, just kind of the knowledge of the collective tribe, the oral traditions, these kinds of things. Really deep knowledge, but deep wisdom. And that's the most important part. So, but also kind of cast off, right? Kind of living in in, if you can imagine, the little cabin in the woods out on the outskirts of town, or in the dark forest where it's too scary to go. And I kind of see this kind of energy. It seems to be here on the edge. Okay, kind of, again, looming a bit. But in my estimation, this is always a welcome energy. This is being looked after. This is being cared for. This is an energy that helps you through our many rites of passage. But I wonder too, we've talked about this, maybe like a baby in your orbit, right? And if this is something like a grandchild, or maybe your sister, niece, somebody having a child, and you are getting closer to, or if you have already been through menopause, I'm sorry if this has nothing to do with your biology. This might not be a reading, and I apologize for that, but this is what's coming to mind for me. So there's kind of a transition, possibly, either you, literally physically, or the person, being intelligence that is kind of alongside you, helping you through what's going on in your life, supporting you in this really beautiful togetherness that you have right now. So there is this kind of not old energy, but it is an older, wise energy. Okay, maybe your grandmother is with you, or maybe you are becoming the grandmother. Maybe your grandmother is with you while you are becoming the grandmother. I don't know, but it is a wonderful blessing to have these kinds of beings, archetypes, consciousness around you. And I feel that you are so very loved and protected through this. I think that when you waver and you question yourself, you question maybe your choices in life, as we all do. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you think back on silly things you said 20 years ago, or what would have happened if I, took a left instead of a right that one night, or whatever it is. I think that you are being held and loved through this, okay? And it's okay to ponder these things, but do not let them rule you. Okay, when you do kind of, stumble a bit, or kind of get into these places of, contemplation, worry, second guessing yourself at times, fear not. You are not alone. Okay, now let's see. What do we have? We have a lot of emotions, but we also have a beautiful moon. We have this bright candle of illumination. And let's see. So it seems that there's maybe a younger energy in your life, a younger, maybe female energy. Maybe an air sign. And I think that this is somebody that I don't know that they're very close to you, but I think that you have at times been there to kind of give them advice. Maybe, you know, just lend a kind word. And I think that this person has some emotional stuff happening. And that this is kind of how life is. And it's silly that, silly in a kind of charming, bizarre way, right? Things mirror themselves on different levels. And where you are being loved, protected, guided, held, I think that in your own life, you on a smaller scale are doing the same thing for this person. And you will prove to be so important to them, even if you do not realize it. So I think that just your kindness, you know, the little interactions that you have, how you conduct yourself, and just this like real feeling of knowing that you have this feeling of understanding yourself, life, and ease that you move through your own body, through your environment, just an atmosphere of settled, grounded, I don't know, it's like exuding a beloved feeling. And I think just by existing this way, really, you leave quite an impression on people. And this person in general, not in general, and specifically this person, I think at some point in the future is going to let you know. And even more importantly, they're going to live a better life because they know you and they have crossed paths with you. So this is your reading tonight, Sagittarius. And I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. And let's see. I wanted to mention, no pressure, but I wanted to mention there is a new membership level thing that is set up. You can support the channel by getting a membership, and that just kind of is like, you know, you're putting your love and energy into the channel and being part of the community. So there's that. I wanted to also ask you if you'd be so kind as to like the video. It's helping us get in the algorithm, and we are really doing well this week. So we're reaching all kinds of new people. We're getting subscribers, and we're all doing it together, one person at a time. And so if you have not subscribed and you're listening to this, think about doing that, please. And you can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. Every sign is read once a week between now and 7 days from now. When the next Sagittarius comes out, you can watch your other placements and you can cross-watch. I know we have a lot of cross-watchers. And I appreciate you all for doing that as well. But it is nice to see what's going on in our loved ones' lives. And then other than that, if you want to leave a comment, I love hearing from each and every one of you. You all are just very sweet. The energy that you bring and the interactions that you have with each other too. I really love seeing that. So okay, Sagittarius, I thank you, and we will talk again very soon.